My name is Sophia. I'm 26. I live in a cozy loft in Brooklyn, surrounded by plants I somehow keep alive and canvases covered in half-finished paintings. I'm a freelance illustrator, children's books mostly. My days are quiet, coffee, sketches, soft music. Nights used to be lonelier, until Julian. I wasn't looking for anyone. After my last relationship ended badly, 2 years of on and off with a guy who couldn't commit, I'd sworn off dating. I told my friends I was happy alone, and I was. Mostly. I had my routines: Sunday farmers market, evening runs along the East River, weekend visits to my sister in Queens. Love felt like a risk I wasn't ready to take again. Then, one rainy October afternoon, I ducked into a tiny secondhand bookstore on Atlantic Avenue to escape the downpour. The place smelled of old paper and vanilla candles. Shelves towered to the ceiling. Only one other person was there, a tall guy with messy dark hair, wearing a worn leather jacket, standing on tiptoe reaching for a book on the top shelf. The ladder was just out of reach. Without thinking, I walked over and nudged it closer with my foot. He turned, startled, then smiled. "Thank you. I was about to make a very undignified jump." His voice was warm, a little husky. His eyes were green, flecked with gold. I laughed. "I've seen worse attempts. What book is worth the risk?" He held it up, a worn copy of The Little Prince. "Childhood favorite. Lost my old one in a move." I smiled. Mine too. The rose always breaks my heart. We ended up talking for an hour. He was Julian, 28, a photographer who shot weddings and portraits, but dreamed of publishing his own travel book. He'd just moved to Brooklyn from Portland. We wandered the aisles together, pulling books off shelves, reading favorite passages aloud. When the rain stopped, neither of us wanted to leave. "Coffee?" he asked as we stepped outside. "There's a place around the corner." I said yes before I could hesitate. We sat by the window. Steam rose from our mugs. He listened when I talked about my illustrations, really listened, asking about colors and characters like he cared. I asked about his photos. He showed me a few on his phone, golden hour shots of misty forests, kids laughing on swings, an old couple holding hands on a bench. "I like capturing moments people don't notice," he said quietly. "The quiet kind of love." My heart did something strange, a small flutter. We exchanged numbers. He texted that night. "Still thinking about the rose and her glass globe. Thank you for today." We started seeing each other slowly. Coffee turned into long walks. Walks turned into dinners. He cooked for me one night in his small apartment, pasta with fresh basil from his windowsill. We listened to vinyl records and talked until 3 a.m. He never pushed, never rushed, just let things unfold. One evening, as snow began to fall in late November, we walked across the Brooklyn Bridge. The city lights shimmered on the water. He stopped halfway across, turned to me. "Sophia," he said, voice soft. "I know you've been hurt before. I don't need promises. I just want you to know I'm here, for as long as you want me." I looked at him. Snowflakes caught in his hair. My chest felt full, almost aching. I reached for his hand. "I want you here," I whispered. "I'm scared, but I want this." He smiled, gentle. Then he kissed me, slow, warm, like he'd been waiting his whole life for that moment. The city blurred around us. I kissed him back, and for the first time in years, I let myself fall. We've been together 6 months now. He leaves little notes in my sketchbooks. Your light is my favorite subject. I paint him while he reads on the couch. We plan small adventures, weekend trains to upstate, quiet mornings in bed with coffee and crossword puzzles. I'm still learning to trust. Some nights, old fears creep in, but Julian holds me through them. He doesn't try to fix me. He just stays. Love, I'm discovering, doesn't always feel like fireworks. Sometimes it feels like coming home to someone who sees you, really sees you, and chooses you anyway. Quietly. Daily. I'm 26, and for the first time, I believe in gentle, growing love.